A once-in-a-lifetime money shift is happening right now. Most people don't see it, but if you pay attention, and I mean really pay attention, you could position yourself ahead of 99% of the world. In this video, I'll break down what's going on, why the world is breaking, and how to protect yourself. Stick around until the end, because in part 3 I'll explain the move I believe is the smartest way to play this shift. Part 1, the cracks in the system. The financial system we all depend on was built decades ago. Fiat currencies, central banks and endless money printing. For a long time it worked, but over the last 20 years the cracks have started to show. We saw it in 2008 when the housing market collapsed and central banks printed trillions of dollars. We saw it again in 2020 when the world shut down and the stimulus checks flooded the economy. The result, asset prices skyrocketed. Houses, stock, food all became more expensive. But your salary barely moved. Inflation isn't just a number, it's a silent tax. Your money loses value while the people closest to the money printer get richer. And what most people don't realize is that this system rewards debt and punishes savings and pushes risk onto the average person. Governments are now more in debt than ever before, over 300 trillion globally, and with interest rates rising, the debt is getting harder to pay. So what is the solution? More printing, more currency debasement, and that's where the shift begins. Moving on, the rise of a new system. Well, fiat currency is crumbling and a new parallel system has emerged. Decentralized, scarce, transparent and unstoppable. Yes, you guessed it right. I'm talking about Bitcoin. But not just the Bitcoin price. It's more about the Bitcoin idea. The movement, the alternative to a system where you have no control over how much money is worth. Bitcoin operates on math, not politics. 21 million coins. That's it. No central bank can print more. No politician can vote to change the supply. It's a pure monetary policy, open to anyone, but controlled by no one. So institutions are starting to wake up. Countries like El Salvador are adopting Bitcoin. Trillions of dollars are now being able to flow to BTC through ETFs. And every day more people are asking the same question. What if I opt out of fiat and opt in something better? This is no longer a fringe idea. This is the early stages of the biggest monetary transition in our lifetime. But here's the truth. Most people in the world won't act. They wait, they doubt, they ignore it until it's too obvious to ignore. What am I doing about it? Look, I'm not a financial advisor, but here is what I'm personally doing. I'm stacking Bitcoin slowly and consistently, even if it's 0.001 or 0.01 Bitcoin. It adds up over time. Because I believe we are living through a rare moment in our lifetime. A movement when the world moves from one monetary system to another. This is the kind of shift that only happens once a generation. And once that's over, you don't get a second chance to be early. Look, I'm not saying go all in. I'm saying understand what's happening. Learn, study, think long term, and invest only what you're willing to lose. But don't sleep on this, because the old system is cracking and the new one, it's already here.